Certainly an expensive full pull as he lost the power plant. Coming up next, well, a name that is synonymous with championship pulling. This is Paul Holman in the 4-play Chevrolet, a 1960 Chevy with a 640 cubic inch Chevy big block.
Paul and his brother have really been players in the sport. We told you about the national championship, but right now we open the show using their vehicle, telling you about a 4-corner offense. We've used that terminology. The reason we're using it, the track is so soft. You got 4 corners on a truck. Nothing can go wrong in any of the corners or you're in bad shape. Look, man, see right there is a good camera shot showing you how he's digging in. Here, I think he's got problems. He can't move it forward.
Now, Army, remember in NTPA pulling, if a driver does not go beyond 75 feet, he can come back and try it again. So we'll see Paul again in the program. But speaking of problems, Army, you had a chance to check in and give us more information on Gene Helmig's engine situation.
Gary, we want to show you something real quick. You hear the terminology of kicking a rod out. Well, that's exactly what happened. A crew member just took the safety shield out. I want you to look right here. Here's the connecting rod and the piston right there. On this Rodeck engine, an all-aluminum engine, well, you're looking at about a $50,000 piece of scrap right now, I hate to say. They put them on kill. That's what it's all about. They don't come here to go for second. Back to you, Gary.
There's the look at a meltdown of a mountain motor.
Magnificent magnitude. That's an expensive run, is what you're saying. Well, another Chevrolet's going to be coming out now, Gary. Who's it going to be?
Dave Klosser in Zip Express. That's a 1988 Chevy S10 with a 598 cubic inch Chevrolet power plant.
You know, Dave has got to be sweating BBs. He's watching everybody in front of him. If I were going to be a player in this game, I would have been watching the 4-play truck of the Hallman brothers. He didn't get the run he wanted. He's going to be coming back later in the competition, but how do you adjust? What do you do? Where do you go? Where's the center baseline here? We go on board with the camera, watching the weight box go forward past the NTPA official on a 40-foot wide track. They've widened this track 10 feet wider than normal in order to give these drivers a chance to find a place to put the horsepower. The left side of the track looks like it's working. He's muscling it down on the other end, Gary.
Oh, close, but no cigar for the veteran from Alexandria, Indiana. He falls short. Look at the front wheels mired in that sand. 294.10. That would be second best, but that would be also the first loser, right?
No, the guy in front of him was next to last. We've been through this before.
Oh, no.
The Zip Express looks good. The CPEC tires fit. Indole injector works. But we go back over to the Hallman brothers, and sure enough, the left front axle was broken. So they've got about 10 minutes to get this axle back together.
Well, Dave Klosser out of the Hoosier state of Indiana. Let's go down trackside and visit with him. Army?
Well, you did what you had to do. This track does not look like it's going to get a bit better today. I would much rather be where you were than the guy behind you.
Yes, I agree with that, Army. We moved over into some fresh dirt, and I think that may have been what gave us the little edge on some of them.
Here at Florida Sports Park, we've seen the Sippy Hole do some damage in the swamp buggies, but today, these guys are digging their own graves in the sand from Naples, Florida. We're coming right back. Stay with us. The warmth and sunshine of Naples, Florida, the Gator NTPA Nationals from Florida Sports Park. Jeff Schaefer up next in Win, Lose, or Draw. The 1992 Chevy S10 with a 641 cubic inch Chevy block. He's a 15-year veteran, a machinist by profession from Mount Vernon, Ohio.
You know, Gary, we keep talking about these, what we call mountain motors. Just for the layman out there, a mountain motor usually is a loose terminology, meaning anything over 500 cubic inches, which basically, for the guy that's not familiar with the sport, will tell you the pistons are about the size of gallon buckets. I mean, they got these things really.
They cost just a tad more than gallon buckets, though. Well, once again, he will need a full pull to advance to a full off. However, you know, the only other guy to make the full pull, Gene Helmig, through that rod, he is out of competition.
Sure, I was just noticing, looking at the autometer taching there and the gauges, these guys are almost like flying an airplane on instruments. They watch that tachometer as we go again back to the onboard camera. But you've got to watch the tachometer. You got to feel the truck. You got to feel the seat of your pants, not to let those tires break loose. Look at this. He's easing into the horsepower. See, now he's starting to dial a little bit more horsepower, but he's starting to develop a little bit of bounce. Now he drives through the bounce, comes up on the RPM, trying to get the ground speed, and the weight's coming after him, Gary.
Good pull so far. He needs a full pull to advance to a full off. Oh, is he going to make it? It looks like he's going to fall short.
Yes.
So, Jeff Schaefer short of a full pull from the sled cam.
Weight box has done this job. It comes back to its resting place.
282.01, which would put him about, third, fourth right now. And look at that. Paul Holman continues to work on that axle. So
this is a major problem here.
well, let's go back to the other end of the racetrack, and here's Jeff Schaefer.
Jeff, what do you look for when you go to a line? I mean, the word on the block is there's nothing out there to get a hold of. What do you look for?
Nah, the thing here was just patience. You had to be patient, not throttle it too much, or you was going to lose it at the start. You just had to wait on it to hook and then go, and that's the trick.
So Jeff finds himself fourth in the standings as the competition continues. Here is Frank Young. Love the name of this truck. Forever Young, out of the state of Florida. The 91 Ford with the janky power plant.
Janky out of Texas makes a whole lot of horsepower. We told you the story, you don't need horsepower. Look at his right hand. This could be the story. This guy's from Florida. He knows how to pull in a sand track. He does not use a foot throttle. He operates the throttle from his hand. See? Almost like a jet fighter pilot. You've got more control. You'll be a little bit smoother maybe on these sandy tracks. Let's see if it works.
All right, he has the experience on this type of pulling track. He needs a full pull. Here's Frank Young out of the Sunshine State. Oh, he's going to come up short, it looks like, Army.
Yeah, but he's not digging down. Like he's not kicking a lot of dirt out.
He has a good run, just not long enough. So he does fall short of the full pull, 281.05. That would put him fifth right now overall. He'd like to have that run back.
Well, I'll tell you what, this day and time, fifth is not bad.